Hi, this is Chris Georges with Trafficlabz.com with a quick review of the Fat Gecko mini camera mount. This is the camera mounting system I use to secure my Kodak ZX5 to my vehicle, to the inside windshield, to create TruTraffic videos. I'm just going to go ahead and go through what you get when you order it, and I guess just how to assemble it for use in your vehicle. This model comes in two different. Well, I saw on the website comes in two different. You have two different options when you order this. There's the Fat Gecko mini camera mount that has two suction cups, and the one that has one suction cup. This is, as far as I can tell, you're only going to need the one suction cup if you're going to use a camera less than 4 pounds. Like I said, I use the Kodak ZX5, which is a small pocket video camcorder, and this is more than adequate to hold it. Looking at the complete assembly, there are lots of plastic parts, but there's lots of metal parts to it. I mean, it does have some nice weight to it. It doesn't feel flimsy, like it's going to break apart or I'm going to strip anything. So I wouldn't worry about feeling like you're paying $30 for something that's pretty cheap. No, this is a pretty good quality, and from the reviews I've seen, and even from the pictures here on the box, you can put it on a surfboard if you want to, and it still holds up pretty good. So being mounted on the inside of your vehicle on the windshield, it shouldn't have a problem. Let me go ahead and disassemble it the way when you first buy it, the way you'll receive it, and how I use it in my vehicle. When you first buy the Fat Gecko mini camera mount, the pieces are going to come like this. It's not going to come assembled with this extension arm here that you see. I tried to use the camera at first like this, but I found that I wasn't able to get quite the camera angle I wanted to, or the windshield wouldn't allow for my camera to stick up right here, so I ended up having to use the little extension arm it comes with. Just want to go over real quick and show you what it looks like when you add that extension arm to the camera. First thing you're going to do is just you're going to unscrew this knob right here. And things to keep track of, there's a little washer right here. Don't lose that when you take this part off. You can take the mounting unit off. The other thing to make sure you don't lose is there's a little rubber washer here. You don't want to lose either. The package comes with this little hex wrench that you can use. Go ahead and loosen this screw up right here. Another thing not to lose. And then once you've taken it apart, you're just going to try to fit this unit right here on the rib side. You put half it on one side, you put the other half on the other side, and insert the screw to tighten it back up. I imagine there aren't going to be many vehicles where you're not going to want to use this. Both in my SUV and in my full-size car, one has a really sloped windshield, the other one doesn't. I found that having this part on there was nice. So you're going to want to have it on both, I feel. Again, the parts that need to be metal are metal. And don't feel like you have to over torque anything. Now that we have the extension on there, I can go ahead and put our ball joint back on there. And again, you're just going to feed it around and screw this part in. This knob back in to tighten. the way I usually have it, or the way I found to set it up nicely, is just to kind of have it in a position it like this. This part being on the windshield. And even with my little pocket camera, it's pretty tall and narrow. I still have enough room on both my cars, like I said, to mount it on the windshield. You can use this side right here to kind of give you the flexibility here for however steep your windshield is. Once you find it, just go ahead and lock it in. I imagine that you're gonna you can go ahead and lock all these pieces in, because you're not going to be taking the camera on and off too many times if you're only using this for your dash cam. The instructions explain to press the button where it says press. Kind of push on the glass, press it, and then you kind of lift up on that lever right there, and it gives you a nice good section onto the windshield. I tried mounting this to my dash, and like it says, the instruction says, if it's a porous surface, or it's, most dashes have some texture to it, it's not going to stick on there well, even though it's a large suction cup on there. But there it is. There's the Fat Gecko mini camera mount that I use to secure my Kodak ZX5 to my windshield, to the inside of my windshield when I do travel time runs.